everybody. Happy Saturday. What's everybody been up to? Already the weekend. I haven't done much this morning. I've been out to my dog and had a shower, and that's about all. So I've had a lazy morning. What's everyone been doing? Anybody going to see anybody play today? I know there's a few artists out there doing some shows. I've seen their posts this morning, so let me know what you've been up to. Today this is a bit of a special show. We don't do many that are international. We've done a few, so it's a bit confusing for people with the time difference. But today we're having a chat to Halle, who's, I don't know if she's in Nashville. I don't think she is today. I don't know. I'll have to check with her. But she's not in Australia, so there's a huge time difference. Hi, Craig. Craig's in England, and thank you very much for chatting to me and organising today's show. So we might welcome her into the room. Hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us. You are in Nashville, Craig is saying. Craig said you are in Nashville. So.
I am. Yes, I just got back yesterday, late last night. I got home.
Oh, wow. Because I knew you were flying around last week, and I thought, I think you're in Nashville.
I travel a lot. I actually went back home to Missouri and saw my little sister she is pregnant. So I got to go see my family for a little while. Yeah, I was actually feeling kind of under the weather last week, but back to normal now, back home in Nashville, and it's been great.
Oh, lovely. Well, I don't know if you're aware, people can actually make comments to us this morning and ask questions. And we've got Craig is obviously popped in to say hi, and Keith is saying good morning. Keith Young. I don't know.
Oh, hi, Keith. Good morning. What time is it for y'all there?
And Robert is saying hi. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's 8 o'clock at night where you are, isn't it?
Yes, on Friday night. Yes.
Oh, we were about to go to bed. We've all just got up.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's such a weird time difference.
It is.
A little in the UK right now, so Craig needs to get to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Oh, go to bed, Craig. Watch this tomorrow. Oh dear. Now I know that you've been around the music scene for a little while over there, but let's go back to the beginning, because for those in Australia that haven't heard your music yet, tell us how you got into music and where the interest came.
Yeah, absolutely. I got started when I was about 13 or 14 is when I started playing guitar and just completely fell in love with it. Like, I was hooked on it. And whenever I was about 16, I was a junior in high school, 11th grade. Everyone started talking about where they're going to go to college, and that's kind of the thing you just do right after you graduate high school. You go right off to college. So, and I'm from a university town, so if you didn't know what your plan was, the natural thing to do is to go to college immediately after and figure it out. But I kind of had a conversation with my dad and just said, this is what I love to do, and I really just want to pursue it and not go to school and just like jump right in. He was like, okay, I don't know what that means. And I was like, I don't either, but he's like, go for it. And it's been about 5 years now that I've been playing out full time and in the really submersed in the music scene. I moved to Nashville in March of 2019. So
12 months, and you've already done quite a lot in that time. Mm-hmm. Tell us, was your family musical? Like, did your dad and mum play? Was that just
No, not at all. My dad, he can sing. He was in choir and stuff growing up, but my mom is the worst singer you've ever heard in your life. She's completely tone deaf. She loves music. I think my love of music from her. She's always been super passionate about music and poetry, and she writes poetry a lot, but she can't play or sing to save her life, but she loves music. And other than that, though, no, that's really it. My sisters are pretty musical too. But.
Yeah. Okay. So it's come from somewhere, hasn't it?
Yes. I'm not sure how far down the line, but somewhere.
Tell us, why country? Is country something that you always liked, or?
Yeah. I grew up on it. I grew up on 90s country. So like George Strait, Alan Jackson, Dixie Chicks, Martina McBride. There's a whole wave of like really empowering females in country, in the 90s. And I grew up on like all of them: Dixie Chicks, Martina, Faith Hill, Shania. And so it kind of was just like rooted in me from a young age. And then as I got older, I started finding my own country artists that I loved and go to country concerts all the time. And it's just kind of what I've known growing up. And the reason I chose to stay in the genre myself is because I love the storytelling behind country lyrics and just how relatable the songs are and how just raw and authentic they are. There's no like deciphering to be done. It's just like they're beautiful stories all the time and very. I find like a lot of truth in them, so that's why I picked it.
I think that's one of my favorite things about this genre is it's real. You relate to people because you're telling the truth. You're telling a story that's we've lived or someone we know has lived.
Yes, completely agree.
So moving to Nashville, how nerve-wracking was that? What was the final decision to do that? That's a pretty big step.
Actually, it was. I started taking trips there about a year before I moved here. I guess I can say before I moved, and I went about once a month for a week at a time for about a year. So
Okay.
I kind of had found my community and my friends, and it always felt fun because it was like this independent trip away from home, you know, and it felt really great. And then after I hit like that year mark of doing that, I was like, why am I not here yet? Like, this is home now to me. And the hardest part was leaving my family, definitely. But
Yeah.
I felt like I already established a community here and a home here. So the move was actually it was a really easy transition. It just happened really naturally.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Now, obviously, you this is your first single that you're releasing. Tell us about the single and how it came about.
Yes, the single's called Pick Me Up. It is just that. It is a pick me up. So it is a very happy, summery, just sing along song. And I wrote it with my good friend Spencer Crandall. He is a very talented artist and writer and everything. So I brought this idea to him, the idea of pick me up. It's kind of a play on words with, you know, like come literally pick me up and then I need to pick me up. And I brought that idea to him and I was like, I just want this to be fun and upbeat and kind of flirty and whatever. And we just rolled with it and we had so much fun writing it. And I decided on it as my first single because just given the times right now, things are pretty crazy and heavy in the world. And I thought this would be a good 3-minute escape for everyone listening.
Yeah. Everyone's picking me up.
Yes.
Everyone. So that's the reason that you've chosen to release this song as your first.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've been writing other songs and you had a few to choose from by the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been writing throughout COVID? Obviously, it's been a bit hard to tour and do a lot of music.
Yeah, I had a few shows get canceled, but honestly, I was in the studio a lot during all of the quarantine, and that was really, really a weird silver lining that came out of it. You know, it pushed me to be in the studio, and it was really great to finally pay full attention to that and not be distracted by, you know, traveling or even the writes can get distracting from. You get so infatuated with the next thing, whatever's coming next, that I think it's easy sometimes to just skip over things you've already done that are really great. And like I had written all these songs that were ready to be cut. It was just like, oh, but I have a thing and I got to write the next thing. And it's like, well, you got to put these ones out first. So it kind of slowed me down enough to get in the studio, and I recorded 5 songs and all 5 will be coming out before the end of the year. So that's very exciting. But
wow.
Yeah,
that is
coming out. Mm-hmm.
You've got an EP coming out. So do you have release dates yet, or you're just sort of going to see how this one?
Yeah, I have tentative dates. We were saying September 4th for the next one, but that's coming up really quickly here, and Pick Me Up is starting to kind of take on a life of its own, I think. So we're going to let it breathe for a second and just see if that is for sure the date. But I know for sure all 5 will be out before January 1st. So
that is very exciting. So we've just got to, before we go on, if you haven't already jumped over and liked, I guess, Facebook page, do you have Instagram as well?
Yeah, it's just Halle Kearns on everything. Just the way it's right here. Where is it? Right there. I don't know if that shows up on other people's pages or not. No, but it's Halle Kearns on everything. HalleKearns.com is my website. It's just
excellent. So just jump over and when we're finished here today, and make sure you like those pages so you can keep up to date with the new dates for the new singles. Tell us, have you been playing this single before release? Have you been playing this live when you've done sets?
I like to test out my songs a little bit at live shows. I don't like to put them on the internet too much. Just I like to give like a little feel before, you know, just kind of get a feeling like I really like this song, but sometimes you play it and the crowd's like, yeah, cool. And then sometimes you play it and they're like, that's it. So I played it out a little bit and maybe a couple times on live streams, but for the most part, I kind of kept it to myself and wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise since it's the first one, you know.
Yeah, I think that's great. And you've obviously had a good reception since when you released it on the 31st of July. So you've had a lot of good reception from that, obviously.
Yes,
which is
a week today, or I guess a week and a day for you, but a week here.
That's the confusing part. When does it come out? Does it come out on your Friday or does it come out on ours?
I think it comes out earlier for you all. Because I know for Craig in the UK, he got it about 6 hours before we did.
So we all get a look before everyone else. So we're lucky. Yeah. Now, you've done a lot in your career already. You've opened for a lot of big name artists and a lot of that sort of thing. So what is on your bucket list? Because you've already ticked so many different things.
Yeah,
what are you
I would really love to be on tour. I mean, I'd say next year, who knows what it looks like, but I really would love to be tour support for someone and be on like an actual, I've opened up for a few people and that's been really awesome, but they're always one, I'm hired out for a certain gig, you know what I mean? Not like on the road with them. So that would be really, really cool. I've done my own little mini tours, acoustic tours around Missouri and Kansas and stuff, but it'd be really great to be outed onto a real, you know.
That would be amazing. And coming to Australia, you've got to come down here.
Oh my gosh. That's one of my top places I want to see. I want to visit. I've never been.
You've never been here before? Wow.
No, nope.
Well, it's beautiful normally. As I said to you earlier, it snowed here this week, but everywhere else, everyone seems to have really nice weather, except for us.
That was beautiful too, though, getting to see that.
Oh, it was beautiful, yes. You definitely have to come down. There's a huge country following in Australia. That's
amazing. I would absolutely love that.
Now, you said that you would like to play a song for us today. Are you happy to play your new single?
I will totally play the new single, yes.
Excellent. Well, I might jump out and give you the room so that you can tell everyone about it.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to play Pick Me Up for y'all. It's been a long week. I work 9 to 5 plus overtime and I barely made it to Friday, but now I'm finally free to do whatever I want. And if it's up to me, well, it's with your headlights in the front lawn. I just need a little pick me up, so come pick me up. We can hit the liquor store, spend $23, get drunk on cheap champagne. Forget about the world while we listen to the rain. I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want is with your lips all over me. Tell me what you're waiting for. I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick me up. I can't wait to see your baby blues and ride with you in your Chevrolet. Pull off the highway, sit in your driveway for 10 minutes too long. Too busy making out to a John Mayer song. So hurry up, boy, come on. I need a little pick me up, so come pick me up. We can hit the liquor store, spend $23, get drunk on cheap champagne. Forget about the world while we listen to the rain. I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want is with your lips all over me. Tell me what you're waiting for. I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick me up. Monday's gonna come around again, but that's alright, as long as I get you for the weekend. I just need a little pick me up. Come on over and pick me up. 'Cause I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want is with your lips all over me. Tell me what you're waiting for. I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick me up. Yeah, baby, come pick me up.
Wow, what a great song.
Thank you.
You've had a lot of it. Craig said even acoustically it's full of energy. Absolutely, I agree. It's I've heard the single and I love the single, and then hearing you sing it acoustically, I don't actually know which way I prefer. I love both of them.
Oh, thank you. That's a huge compliment. Thanks so much.
Robert has popped in and he said it sounds awesome.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
Robert is,
that's cool. I like that.
You got lots of people with clapping hands and stars, so it's lovely. Now, I guess, have you got any merchandise and things available at
I
the
do
moment?
not right now. I actually have I have older merch that came out a couple years ago, and I'm calling it OG merch. So I'm actually going to do some giveaways with it. I brought a bunch back to Nashville with me. It was all in Missouri, and I'm going to do some giveaways with it, just kind of because it's cool, like having the original stuff.
Yes.
You know, before I had music out, like 2 years before I put music out, people were buying merch and stuff, which is really great. But I'm going to do some giveaways with it just because I have a couple t-shirts left, and I'll do that on Instagram if y'all want to like jump over there. I'm going to do that in the next couple days. So
Fantastic.
and then I'll release new merch whenever the EP comes out. So probably in
November. So you're planning on releasing a few more singles before the EP, and people will be able to buy a hard copy of that once it's out.
Absolutely, please do.
Where do I get that? What's the best place to purchase your music and merchandise when it does come out?
It'll be Kearns.com. We'll have all of that music just wherever you stream it, wherever you prefer your platform, and then merch will just all be on my website.
Fantastic. So guys, head over there and keep your eye out for when the merch does arrive, and to Instagram for the original music, the original merchandise as well.
Yeah.
Do you do Facebook Lives, a lot of Facebook throughout COVID? Have you done a lot of those?
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
How have you found that going? You know, it's a different way of performing, I guess, but
yeah. So I actually have never done one until COVID. So I don't know why. I guess I just kind of recorded videos and posted those instead. And then I played out enough to where I kind of didn't think to use that platform, I guess. And then whenever COVID hit, I was like, this is the only way I'm going to perform, and I might as well try it. And I did it. I was like, the first couple of times I'm like, this is the most awkward process because I'm talking to you and and then no one, you wait a few seconds, you're like, cool, no one's responding yet. Like, the comments are in, but it's all kind of delayed and I'm just staring at the screen. But they're getting way more comfortable, and I'm getting better at talking to myself.
So. I always think that I always watch you guys do live shows, and I think I'm so lucky I've got someone to talk to.
It really does help getting out of people.
Yeah, it'd be such a strange feeling, and everyone tells me I have no problems talking, but I think in that instant it might be one of the ones that I would struggle with.
I completely relate to that. Or the worst is like I play a song like what I just did, and then I'm like, cool. Anyway.
Yeah, normally when you're live, you get at least a few claps, and
pop back on. You're like, good job. And I'm like, thank you, but it's something about the piercing silence after you finish the song. It's like, ooh.
I do okay or not? Yep. So have you got a set day or night that you do those, or they're just sort of random anytime?
Random. I'll usually make an event for them a couple days in advance. But yeah, they'll just pop up whenever. And sometimes I do, this kind of style where it's an interview style, or just I do a lot of takeovers on other people's pages. So I'll sign on to their Facebook account and do a live from that account and then share it on mine. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. I love that idea. Thank you. Now, before we head off and let you go to bed and let everybody here enjoy their day, I think we'll find that we'll get a lot of people watch this later on, because it's sort of right in the middle of everyone's morning down here. So it'll be great. But just remember, guys, if you do watch this when we're finished, you can still type questions and I can still pass them on. And yeah, let us know if you've got any comments, or let us know what you think of the single, and make sure you put it in your playlist too when we're finished here.
I hope so much. Please add to your playlist.
Now, have you got any shows? I don't know what it's like over there. Some states down here, there's a few shows coming up in different states. Some of us are completely in lockdowns. Have you got any shows coming up at all?
I got nothing. None so far. No, I'm kind of waiting to book some shows until everything's a little more clear on what's going on. It's the same thing here, where some states are really, really locked down and some are wide open. So it's tough to know where you can book and what's acceptable. And so I'm kind of just waiting until there's a little more clarity on it. But because of that though, and I can reach people like you and like talk to you, and that's cool. So
yes, and give everybody a taste before you actually are allowed to fly here. Oh dear. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Jump over and like Halle's live her Facebook page and her Instagram page, and check out her website, and jump over and get the song for your playlist now before you get back out into your day. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.